Number 19. Number 19 was one of those problems that I didn't count on this benchmark because I felt it was a little confusing because we haven't done dividing with fractions, and that's what this is. And some of the wording on this was a little confusing, so I threw this one out, but I am going to go ahead and show you how to solve this one. So number 19 says, Grace and Alice worked together on a math project. They had a rectangular piece of paper that was 14 inches long and 11 inches wide. They were asked to cut this piece of paper into 1/8 inch wide strips. Using the length of paper, how many 1/8 inch, let me fix that. Okay, how many 1/8 inch wide strips will Grace and Alice be able to cut? Okay, so we know that they've got a piece of paper and it's a 14 inches long and 11 inches wide. So I'm just going to draw a little quick diagram of this paper, not to scale. And it's 14 inches by 11 inches. This is what they're calling the length. And the question is asking, if you were to cut this into 1/8 inch strips, how many strips would there be? So let's think about it. If we cut these into 1 inch strips, wouldn't there be 14 of them? If we cut them all the way into, I'm not going to draw all those, but if I was to draw 1 inch strips, I'd have to put 14 1 inch strips to make this 14 inches long. Okay? So I want you to remember that. 14 1 inch strips is what I could cut. Now, the teacher told them to cut it into 1/8 inch. Now, the reason I'm erasing this is because I want to look at just one. Imagine this as one of the strips, and I'm blowing it up larger, that they cut. So this is a 1 inch strip. And they're going to cut it into 1/8. So how many eighths are in one hole? Well, you know there's 8 of them. That's why they're called eighths. Now, I know my drawing's not that pretty, but there are 8 strips which are representing 1/8. There's 8 pieces, 8 eighths in 1 inch. So if this is how many are in 1 inch, and we have 14 of them, won't it be 8 14 times? Which is 112 strips, which is C. Now, if that's a little confusing to you, don't worry about it. We will be doing lots of work on this. They just put this on the benchmark, and we just hadn't quite gotten to that yet, but we will. But that is why I threw it out and didn't count it against you if you missed it. But the answer to number 19 is C.